In the world that we live in today, there are many issues that we face. Some of them are from other countries, some of them are from within the United States, here on US soil. Now, there's a big problem, and every single person here in the United States could potentially be impacted because of this. I want to show you this. It says extremists keep trying to trigger mass blackouts, and that's not even the scariest part. That right there is pretty scary. If there's people that are attempting to trigger a mass blackout, and I say this because we are in a colder time of the year. It's cold. There are states that are worried about snowstorms hitting them at this point. There are other states that are worried about ice storms and just cold, where it's under 30 degrees, 20 degrees. It's freezing in some areas. Now, what we're going to discuss today is not only talking about these extremists and what they're attempting to do, but also what Americans are calling the new norm. So I want to break down what's going on there, so make sure you stick around for this entire video. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and also click that subscribe button so you never miss an update. But now, let's get right down to it. So one of the scarier parts about the United States power grid is that this could go down at any time. Not only are there extremists that are trying to trigger mass blackouts, but there's also other countries that are threatening to attack the United States. One of the things that we heard from the FBI director himself and from the director of Homeland Security is one of the biggest threats isn't an actual attack, like a physical attack. It would be something like a cyber attack, where our electrical grid gets attacked. It gets shut down. Transportation gets hit, right? These are like the airports, the buses, okay? The trains and things like that. That could be a huge hit on the American people. But there's also another one. We are hearing right now that our nation's power grid remains under strain. This has happened for years. And what we saw in 2021 in Texas, 200 people, I believe, lost their lives in the South because it got so cold. There was a winter storm. The power was out for days, and people were freezing. They were without food. They were without heat. They were just without power. Now, before I get into the rest of this, I do want to give you a little bit of advice. I have one right here. Let me pull it out from under the shelf. And so this right here, this is just a portable power station. This right here is a Rockpals PS500. It's just a power station. Has 2 different AC outlets right here. Has 3 different USB ports. Has a C drive or C port, whatever that's called. Has a bunch of different stuff. Anyway, I keep one of these in my office. Okay. Now I'm not paranoid, but I don't want to be in a situation where I have to pretty much get out, leave, because I don't have what I need here in my office, okay, or at my home. That is why I keep stuff for an emergency and emergencies only, right? I talked about this months ago. Have the stuff that you need for if you need additional heat. I even have a heater that I have here in my office as well. I'm going to show you this one as well, because these are things that I keep just in case, okay? Actually, that's not the heater. I don't know what happened to the heater, but you can get these heaters, these Mr. Buddy heaters. Great heaters. You can use them with little small cans of propane or a big can of propane, but I recommend you have them just in case, okay? Just in case. Now, I want to show you this. It says increasing power outages don't hit everybody equally. And I know this because I know every single person watching this video is not going to go out and buy one of these, okay? This one I think I got last year, and I have 3 of these. Also have 2 Jackery ones, and I'll if I remember, I'll put a link to those so you can go and get them if you want. For Black Friday, I think they're like 50% off. So instead of $1,000, they were like $500. But this is part of the problem, because these increasing power outages, they don't affect everybody equally. I know this, because even though I could afford this, doesn't mean everyone else can, and that's a problem. But it's turning into a massive crisis, because look at this. According to ERCOT, Texas grid has up to a 16.8% chance that we're going to have rolling blackouts this January. Now, why would somebody come out and say we are going to have rolling blackouts? Well, it's actually pretty simple, because we are seeing the same thing in Tennessee. Reports are indicating that Tennessee could see more blackouts this winter as well. But why? Here's the reason why. If everybody's using their heat, everybody's using their electricity, everybody's powering different lights. You see these lights behind me. I have 3 lights over here, have 2 monitors, have 1 TV in the background. I have cameras, I have a PC, I have all this stuff just on right now. I live in Washington State. If I lived in Texas, okay, just to give you an example. If I lived in Texas and a bunch of people had this exact same setup, all these different lights, right? The problem is it would use so much electricity that when the usage goes up, the power grid cannot handle it. And so the power grid shuts down. So what we've seen, we see this in Texas, we see this in California all the time during the summer months when it gets so hot, is that California is telling residents to not turn on your AC. That only turn your AC on if it gets over 80 degrees. Do not charge your electric vehicle in times of high heat, because this could cause the power grid to shut down. That's the reason why. That states are now warning that they're going to have to implement rolling blackouts across the state in order to ensure that people are not using too much electricity. That, okay, you use electricity right now, but in 4 hours, your electricity is going to shut off for an hour, and then the electricity will bounce to the next section, next area of the state. That's kind of what we're going to get. So I just wanted to fill you in on this, because this is what is happening right now. There are a lot of concerns across the country that rolling blackouts are now the new norm. This is what we can expect moving forward. So my advice to you, if you can afford one, go and get yourself a portable battery backup, just in case, so that you can charge your phone if you need to call somebody, if you need, and I don't know if cell signals will work, but if you needed to, if you needed to get some work done, if you wanted to watch something on your TV and you didn't need internet, right? That's a possibility. Maybe you're a gamer, you just want to play some games, right? All these things, it's possible. Or here's another one. What if you use a one of those sleep apnea machines when you go to bed, but you don't have any electricity? Maybe you use a breathing machine. Okay? Maybe there's something that you have to keep on for your health. But if there's no electricity, then what do? That's the big concern. So, just wanted to fill you in on what's going on at this time. If you have been hearing about any potential rolling blackouts in your area, please let me know. Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about it. I hate to hear about it, but at the same time, if it's something that I can do a video on and help educate other people in that area, that is my goal, to educate people, to make sure they are aware of what is potentially coming. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.